you a fan of capitalism? Do you love giving your money to giant corporate entities? Do you like feeling nothing in a cinema? We here at Marvel Studios present Thor, Love and Thunder. Gone are the days of emotional investment, good comedy, and coherent writing. Thor, Love and Thunder promises a purely transactional relationship with your media intake. Pay us money, sit down, absorb information for 2 hours, and leave. Cinema has never been more efficient.
A mess does not come close to describing this one. Let's get some positives out of the way. I liked Russell Crowe, he gave a mildly entertaining performance. I liked it. And Christian Bale's performance as Gore was undeniably the best part of the film. I bought into every line he said, and it's a shame that he was criminally underused by Taika. Time for everything else, in no particular order, just in the order it comes to my head. Korg's fake-out death immediately destroyed the stakes of the film. He should have died. He survived purely for comic relief, and probably so Taika could just continue to be in the film.
One that got away. That means escaped.
Can Thor just give anyone the power of Thor? In the final battle, he gives an army of children the power of Thor. Why would you not grant every single weapon and person that is on your side in any battle this power? This is insane. Why would you not give Iron Man and Captain America and the Wasp the power of Thor? And speaking of the children, Thor's character was immediately destroyed when he enlisted them all to fight this mass murderer. And let us not forget how almost comically evil and cliche it is that Gore kidnapped all the children, especially given that his motivation was that his own child died. Thor and Jane spend about a day total together since they reunited to inevitably falling in love as Jane perishes. On the note of Jane perishing, we are led to believe that Mjolnir is protecting Jane from her cancer, but we also find out that the fact that Jane is using the hammer is killing her faster. So how exactly is that protecting her?
Jane?
The pacing in the film is also absolutely absurd. Our heroes are defeated by Gore. They go back to Earth for about 5 minutes, and then Thor is off to go and fight Gore again for the final battle. We did not see any of Gore's wrath, and thus never really established his true power or his true threat. All of this is just done off screen. The existence of the Eternity. No. The Eternity is just this magical being that exists that will grant the first person who finds it literally any wish they want. How do you find it, you ask? Well, you blast the Bifrost at a random wall. Would have been very helpful for Thanos. Why is Gore's child, once revived by the Eternity, suddenly blessed with superpowers? All of the humour is exhausting. It's so Marvel, and often is at the expense of the characters.
Must be hard for you to see your ex-girlfriend and your ex-hammer hanging out and getting on so well.
And if it's color we need, let's bring the rainbow. Let's bring the rainbow.
There was one repeated joke, there are 2 big goats and they keep screaming. It kept happening over and over again, just goats screaming. Thor has a tattoo on his back that says "Rip Loki." There is a joke about how Thor used to eat children. Ha ha ha. Cannibalism. In New Asgard, they open an ice cream shop called Infinity Cones. Remember that half of Asgard was killed by Thanos to get the Tesseract, and then another half were killed in the snap, and that half came back 5 years later, only for the weapon that caused all of this trauma, being the Infinity Gauntlet, was turned into an ice cream pun. This is equivalent to making a Holocaust-themed clothes shop called the Urban Auschwitzers. Yeah. Gore is beaten because the plot decides that this specific attack by Natalie Portman is strong enough to break the sword, and not all of the other attacks beforehand. The tone is all over the place, planting jokes in the middle of a stage 4 cancer diagnosis. We do not spend nearly enough time exploring how Jane feels, reacts, and changes due to this diagnosis. The fact that Thor's weapons are now what appears to be sentient, and Stormbreaker literally acting like a salty ex is stupid. This was just a joke in Ragnarok. Now it's true. There is literally a scene where Thor scratches Stormbreaker's chin to make it feel better about Mjolnir coming back. On this topic, if Stormbreaker does have some sense of will, why was it helping Gore by opening the Bifrost? If the broken parts of Mjolnir can be moved to New Asgard just by moving the patch of ground they are all sat on, why could anyone not just pick up Mjolnir by, say, wrapping it in a towel? End credits! Zeus survived being impaled through the heart. And he set up a sequel. Next product, consume! And we also see that Jane Foster enters Valhalla, followed by Thor will return. And I really wouldn't put it past Marvel to somehow bring her back from literal heaven. Gods in the MCU are confusing, to say the least. What is separating the omnipotent lot from Thor and Loki, for example? And what's separating all of these gods from the Egyptian gods that we see in Moon Knight? The bloody dumpling god. Although there are some nice shots, so many interesting ideas and such poor execution. What a shame. But let's be real, what do you expect at this point?
Skate.
Let's bring the rainbow.